Pharaoh Man's theme is actually from it's actually from the arcade games. But like pretty much every song that we've heard up to this point, with the exception of with the exception of like the You Won Against the Robot Master theme, has been like specifically made for the Rockman Complete Works versions of the games. But the Pharaoh Man stage theme is actually from the arcade games. Now, what we want to do here, because I know all the secrets, we're actually going to use Rush Coil to jump over this gap here. Now, this gap will lead forward into the stage, true. But if we go this way, this will lead us to a secret. There's two unique like item sub-weapon things that we can get. And this is one of them. This is Balloon. Balloon is basically item 1 for Mega Man 2. That's the best way to put it, really. And even then, it'll take us right to the checkpoint. And the checkpoint really isn't too much farther from that gap anyway, so if anything, we've skipped a bunch of the stage, but yeah. I could be using that more. But yeah, this is Pharaoh Man stage. He's a Pharaoh Man, so he's in a pyramid. He's gotta be. And his song is Kick-Ass. I remember, whenever I talk to whenever I talk to my friend Jordan about Mega Man games, and if you're a veteran of the channel, you know who Jordan is. He was the guy. He was the third guy who joined us on the Sonic Adventure playthrough. Most of the Sonic Adventure playthrough. He always mentions that Mega Man 4 is his favorite one, because he says it's the one with Pharaoh Man in it. Because I don't think he's played 5 or 6. He says he's played all of them through Mega Man 4. Or rather, in his words, like the one with Pharaoh Man in it. And, I always point out Pharaoh Man is in Mega Man 4. Just thought I'd ramble off that little tidbit. We're already done with the stage. Pharaoh Man is exceedingly easy. See, what you do is you put him basically in a position where you can pelt him. And you just keep using Flash Stopper over and over again. I'm holding down the triangle button, basically just locking him into whatever frame he's in, and we're pelting him with the arm cannon as he's frozen, so we don't even get to see him really attack. And that's how you beat Pharaoh Man. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. I'm not going to complain. But he gives us Pharaoh Shot, I believe it's called. We'll know when this comes up here. Pharaoh Shot? Yes. Pharaoh Shot is, much like Atomic Fire from Mega Man 2, is a chargeable shot. But when you're charging, the shot will actually appear over your head. And you can actually hit enemies with the charged Pharaoh Shot over your head, and then shoot a charged Pharaoh Shot at them. And this is actually going to... Oh. I selected Continue by accident, and Continue basically makes you go back to the stage. I'll just die here, because there's really no point in doing the stage again. This is quicksand. You can sit in the quicksand and die. But yeah, that sort of Pharaoh Shot technique will actually work very well against Ringman. Ringman is weak to Pharaoh Shot. And my main technique with fighting Ringman is to hit him with the charge shot over my head, and then fire a charge shot pretty much immediately afterwards. So you can pretty much get 2 full charge shots out of it. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of Pharaoh Shot there. Ringman's stage sucks, by the way. I mean, the fight is fine, as far as I remember, but as, pretty awesome as the music is, you got a lot of these kind of platforms that will, when you step on them, will, like, disappear in a certain direction. And we're going to see a couple of these. Now, the rainbow ones will... move in whatever direction you're meant to be facing. Like, whichever way points towards progress. But then there's also going to be, not rainbow ones, but, they're kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like goldish green ones. And those will actually go in, like, the opposite direction, like going toward the direction that you're going. So, like, the opposite direction, like these will go with you, you know, toward progress. The other ones will go against you, like, toward not progress. But you can always trigger them into triggering before you go across them, and it's a little bit easier to handle that way. We also got these hippo enemies here. These hippo enemies, a little bit of a pain, but not too bad. The trick is you have to knock the platform out from under them and then shoot at them. I'm glad I've got rapid fire for this kind of thing, because otherwise this is a bit more of a pain in the ass. You take a lot of damage from these missiles, and I can't really think of too many other ways around that. I'm fairly sure there may be a weapon that can help out with that, much like another mini-boss thing that we're going to see a couple times later on in the stage. But as it is, that's the best way I can think of to take care of it, is if you're playing the Complete Works version or the Anniversary Collection, and you have rapid fire. I will say that it's not that bad with, like, the regular version of the game or the Virtual Console version of the game, but it's a lot more tolerable if you have the rapid fire. Now, here's the other mini-boss. It's like this... It's like a pair of eyes surrounded by these rings, and every once in a while, it's going to shoot the rings out at you. The trick is, because the rings go in and out so fast... I'm getting the timing on. Terrible. The trick is to use Flash Stopper when the rings are out and the eyes are vulnerable. That's the best way I can think of to take care of this. Here's another hippo. Basically fight two of each. So between these mini-bosses and the... actually, that wasn't that bad. I basically held down the triangle button with my index finger, using my thumb to push the X button to jump. But between those mini-bosses and, like, all those disappearing platforms, or progressively disappearing platforms, is that a good way to put it? I don't fucking know. But between those things, that's pretty much what makes Ringman stage the least favorite in my book. This guy, this little guy that's popped up, his name is Eddie. Eddie will give you a random power-up. I swapped over to Flash Stopper because he's basically like those question mark blocks in Mega Man 3, like whenever you... Oh shit, these guys suck too. I almost forgot those guys were a thing. I didn't really explain the question mark blocks when we were playing Mega Man 3, but like when you shoot them, they will expose a random prize, be it an energy, a health energy pickup, and a weapon energy pickup, an energy tank, or a 1-up. Eddie, or Flip Top as he's also sometimes known, does the exact same thing. And that's why I swapped over to Flash Stopper, because just in case he dropped a weapon energy for me, then I could refill the weapon energy. But he gave me an energy tank, which is even better, so... Okay. I don't know why I said goldish green. These are more of a gold color. But yeah, these are the goldish brown is actually kind of what I should have said. Yeah, these are the ones that will go against you. So these will go in the opposite direction. And it doesn't help when these Saturn enemies go after you. Now, I am getting a little drunk at this point. I know it only took, according to Audacity, almost 3 hours, but I am at a point where I can say that I'm drunk. Like, my wibbliness is enough for me to say that I'm drunk. Not the most drunk I've ever been. I'll probably remember this entire night, but still drunk nonetheless. So, that's progress on the drunk LP front, which is nice. So, I'm not entirely doing false advertising. I just got shoved down a pit there, and that right there, that is why I hate this stage. I should be using rapid fire on these guys more often. That's why I hate the stage so much, is because of these fucking Saturn guys. These are basically like the, those spinning guys in, like, Crashman stage. Like, they'll just, like, slowly go toward you. But, you know, there's not really a way to hit them sometimes until they're right on top of you. And even then, like, they're, like, in a position where you can't hit them whatsoever. But they're slowly creeping up toward you, and it's a pain in the ass, and I hate them. I hate them so much. Ringman's stage is basically the Crashman stage. I mean, even, like, when you consider, like, you're going up at first, and then it turns from regular sky into space. This is basically like a rip-off of Crashman stage from Mega Man 2. I mean, yeah, I know, we've seen Crashman stage from Mega Man 2, because this is a playthrough of the whole fucking series. Or at least, the series up to the point where this collection was published. And even then, on the PS2. And even then, Mega Man and Bass wasn't on here. Mega Man and Bass was definitely out by the time this came out. Not sure why they didn't include that. Because the original Mega Man and Bass, or Rockman and Forte, if you want to be particularly persnickety at the title, was originally released on the SNES. After Mega Man 8, oddly enough, but still, it was released on the Super Famicom. Granted, the only way that we saw it over here in the States was on the Game Boy Advance, but still, it was the same game, only with, like, a cropped screen, and it sucked for that, but... I do want to point out that if this goes well enough, at least in the... You see, I keep pushing rapid fire when I want to push slide. Turrets! I don't like turrets. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. One moment, please. Alright, I'm back. And yes, I do have a lot of bathroom breaks, Margaret. When you're old enough to drink a lot, I mean, fucking, I'm fairly sure that 14 to 16-year-olds are drinking nowadays. Goddamn kids. But, you know, when you're old enough, sometimes you can get to the point where I drink this much. And if you drink a lot, then hell yeah, you have to go to the bathroom all the time. Because you're taking in a lot of liquid. Now, I don't want to die, so in the interim, I've also taken the liberty of obtaining a water bottle. But, I mean, you know, I've been fucking depressed. So, if I want to fucking drink until I puke, then so be it. Rather, so be it if I end up puking from drinking a lot. And so be it. Then I'll puke from drinking. I mean, what do I have to lose? I'm already home. It's not like I'm at a bar and I have to have, like, a buddy give me a ride back home because I puked when I was drinking. Fuck no. I'm already home. And my bathroom is literally, like, 5 steps away from the geek room here. So, I'm in a position where I can drink and have little consequence. And that's one of the reasons I do drunk runs sometimes, is because I'm depressed and I want to drink. And I'm a grown-ass man, so sometimes I have the right to, I guess, put my life in jeopardy. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Fuck it. Yes. And also, I hate Ringman stage. I hate this. This is, to my recollection, my least favorite stage in the game. Now, I'll probably remember otherwise if I get to Dr. Cossack or Dr. Wily stages. I'm fairly sure that there are some of those that I dislike a little bit more. But when all is said and done, of the original, like, of the actual, like, oh, I still got hit. That's great. Of the Robot Master stages, I like Ringman's the least. So there you go. This is probably going to be the one I have the most problems with. But I got a couple of energy tanks. But I'm at a checkpoint now, so I'm not going to bother. Let's see what Eddie's up to. What's Eddie going to give me? Because I've had a game over since I last saw him. So he's respawned. What you going to give me, bud? What's my prize? I'm going to turn on bright just in case I get weapon energy. I got a 1-up. That's not bad. Thanks, Eddie. Or flip top, whatever the case may be. Your mileage may vary. Sometimes he's called flip top. Oh, another 1-up. Yes, please. I'd like to have more chances to get through this from the checkpoint. Thank you very much. Because once I get to that point where I get to disappearing platforms again, that's like a good ways on its way to the to Ringman himself. And if I remember correctly, I could be remembering wrong. Like, yeah, this point is what I'm talking about here. I could be remembering wrong, but I remember Ringman, in general, the Ringman fight, not being that bad. Especially if you have Pharaoh Shot, which I do, by the by. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking Saturn thing! It's the turrets at the beginning and those fucking Saturn things. Kiss my fucking ass. Just give it a big ol' smooch. Fucking wankers. Well, I missed that jump, because I'm good at games. I'm fucking screwed, because he's gonna come back. He's gonna come right the fuck back, and I don't have a good counterattack. Fucking goddamn it! I'm getting salty! Oh, here comes the salty. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. It's like 5 minutes till 11. And I'm getting salty. Once I get past this, though, you know, all the saltiness can fuck off and I'm in the better stage of the game. Because from here, like I said, Ringman is like the worst stage. It is the worst stage in this game. And I don't have to deal with it anymore after I beat it. At least, I don't have to deal with it anymore for this playthrough, because I will more than likely be playing, you know, Mega Man 4 again sometime in the future. It is a nice and enjoyable game overall. I have nothing against the game in general. It's just this fucking stage. Good. 1-up. Thanks for that. Is this the end? I think I have to fight the... No, there's more. I think I have to fight the, that eye-ring enemy at some point again before I get to the end. Yeah, here he is. Okay, good. At least this guy is easy. And I didn't get hit this time. And I have an extra life left. So if I die to Ringman, fuck it. I can kill him with one full life bar. Well, actually, fuck it, because I have 2 full energy tanks. I just gotta remember, hit him with the Pharaoh shots as often as possible. Fully charged Pharaoh shots. I'm gonna use energy tank here. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can hit him with the fully charged shots above your head. And then shoot another fully charged shot right afterwards. And that's why Ringman isn't that bad. The Ringman fight, I mean. It's like the same problem I had with Mega Man 9. Like, the stages are ass, but the boss fights are fine. Anyway, I think I started mentioning this and then I, like, got off track. Because that's what I tend to do sometimes, but... considering that this collection has Mega Man 1 through 8 and the 2 arcade games, I'm considering also doing other games in the series drunk, that I haven't done drunk, at the very least, because the only other Mega Man game I can think of that isn't in this collection that I've already played on the channel is Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. Now, granted, as far as the Game Boy games are concerned, I only have physical copies for 1 and 5. Now, 1 is a pain in the ass to deal with in the first place. But, like, 2 through 4, I also own, but they're downloaded on the 3DS, and I don't have a way to capture off my 3DS unless I use, like, my fucking video camera. Which I do want to do, I mean, there's only one... The DS game that I can think of, that I've been thinking of this lately, too. That I would want to do a Let's Play of would be Kamen Rider Gamba Ride for the DS. Doing Dustman next, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But I'd probably do like when it comes to Mega Man 2 through 4 for the Game Boy, I'd probably do those through emulation. I mean, I own the games. I downloaded them on my 3DS. I officially bought them from Nintendo/Capcom, and fuck those guys too. I forgot that those guys come out of pits, and they'll fuck up your jumps every time. But that's okay, because I'm done with Ringman stage, and I'm done with, like, one of the harder parts of the game. So just gotta, whenever I get to a pit, just gotta shoot at a dude. And when I shoot the dude, I know that I'm good to go. See? See, I learn things. I learn game mechanics and whatnot. I know what I'm doing. I'm a good game player. I thought the saltiness would subside. I'm sorry. I didn't know. But yeah. I have Mega Man X collection on the PS2 as well. That includes Mega Man X 1 through 6. And I also have... I have Mega Man Extreme 1 on the Game Boy, on the X... These... Ooh! Ooh! No! No! Come back! No! Come back! Come back! No! No! Fucking bullshit! Stupid ladybug assholes! And they take more than one hit to kill. Okay. That's right, I know what to do. Like, every damn game, these shield guys, fuck these shield guys. This is where these shield guys start showing up. And they start showing up in, like, every fucking game from here on out. And they're fucking annoying as hell. Because you can't hit them from the front. There. So you're guaranteed to take a hit unless you can, like, jump over them, like, first thing. Fuck you. But you always have these, like, slow-moving bastards that are, like, airborne, and they can be hard to hit sometimes. Like, these little... Like, the Saturn enemies are these fucking... ladybug assholes. These guys. And then they fly in erratic patterns, and they're hard to fucking hit. So So, like, I'm gonna take damage from these guys every time because of their erratic flight patterns. Fuck! And there's 3 of them! I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have hours of... God fucking damn it! I have hours of play left in me. Like, I can play up until, like, I mean, it's 11 o'clock now. I can play up until at least 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. That's usually how I'm good with games. Play late at night. And I only get, you know, like I said, get drunk anytime you want. But I don't get drunk on days, on nights that I have to work the next day, because I don't want to go into work with a hangover and then get fired or something. So I don't do that. And I don't work on Wednesdays or Sundays. So if I do get drunk, it's on Tuesdays and Saturdays, because I have a weird-ass schedule like that. Just keep your finger ready to hit that triangle button, because fuck these assholes. Look, they even got one last one. Look at my fucking health bar. What the fuck is this shit? I haven't used anything. Oh, energy tank. Okay. See? Eddie's got my back. He knows what's up. These things will crush you. But only if the ceiling's too low. Like, these guys, these won't crush you, but you gotta get rid of these blocks here. Otherwise, the ceiling will be too low. And I'm paranoid, so I like to try to get rid of as much as I can. Yes, Beat, I'm fairly sure that the way forward is obvious. You don't have to tell me an arrow in this linear corridor. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I've burned off all of my salt. So, we should hopefully be good from here on out. I know that, I mean, that isn't the last we'll see of the Tentamushi, or the oh shit. I forgot about that. Okay, so you gotta kind of go back and forth real quick with this, because there's lots of blocks. We also have these guys in front of it that are, like, guaranteed to crush you. So you gotta be quick and not take too much damage, because Lord knows the game will keep doing damage to you, because the game hates you. Fuck! Is this the checkpoint? Yes. Yes, it is. Luckily, when you get to Dustman's not that hard. I mean, this, all in all, isn't that bad of a stage. It's just, I'm drunk, and sometimes the easiest of obstacles can be escalated into the hardest when drunkenness, and sometimes the word I can't think of, the lapse in reaction time is involved. Also, dickish enemy placement sometimes. But yeah, those we're going to be seeing those ladybugs again in Drillman stage at the very least, and that's going to suck. Because they'll do the exact same things. They'll be basically constantly just out of reach. But that's okay. That's alright. Trying to keep positive thoughts here. As if, as if that'll make any fucking difference. We're almost done. I think we got another crushy section. Oh, there's you. That means there's probably more ladybugs. Oh no, that's the end of the stage. Okay, I'm thinking of things wrong. That's fine. Oh, there's another crushy section in Wily's stage. In either Wily or Cossack's stage. Just one of the two. That's what I'm thinking of. is in either Cossack or Wily stages. There's another Crushy section, but as far as Dustman stage goes, we're done. Just gotta Ring Boomerang him. Ring Boomerang does a good amount of damage, and there are a lot of bosses that are weak to it, but it has a limited range, so we'll see a lot of bosses in both Cossack and Wily stages that are weak to either Ring Boomerang or Dust Crusher. Also, Dustman has this thing where when he's sucking you in like this, he's immune to any kind of attack. And he sucks you in quite often. So, do as much damage as you can while he's actually shooting the Dust Crusher at you, and you should be fine. And next up, we got Skullman. But first, we got to get the Dust Crusher itself. The Dust Crusher has a big projectile that once it hits a wall or something, it will split into four smaller projectiles that'll, like, you know, shoot outward from there, like diagonally, in any diagonal direction. It's a split shot. You'll see when we start using it, but that's Dust Crusher. I didn't mean to continue, goddammit. That's fine. We're on our last life, though, so I am more than happy to just go down this pit and start Skullman stage with full lives. I'm okay with this. There's a silver lining to this cloud. I accidentally hit a wrong thing. That's okay. Now I can start the next stage with all of the lives I need. One of the things I remember when I was younger, again, back to living in Minnesota again, another person I know, I loathe to call him my friend because he really wasn't my friend. He was kind of a, he's like the closest thing I could consider to be an arch enemy at the time, because, you know, dramatic stuff, but, you know, sometimes he would be friendly toward me. But there were three specific Robot Masters that he talked about in Mega Man 4, and he called them the 3 Ds of Doom: Dustman, Diveman, and Drillman. And it dawned on me one day that at the time, I think this was back when I was... Oh, I gotta kill this guy with Mega Buster, actually. Gotta do all the damage to him at once. Pro tip. I think Mega Man 8 was the one that was the latest out, or at least Mega Man 7 was the one that was the latest one that I played up to that point. And of all of the Mega Man games that were out at that point, or at least all the ones that I played, Mega Man 4 was the only one that had Robot Masters whose name started with D. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of a cool coincidence. And in fact, those were 3 of the Robot Masters from Mega Man 4. Those were those 3 of the 4 that were picked to be in Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy. Were Dustman, Drillman, and Diveman. Now, Beat is telling me to go through this one because this will lead to an energy tank. That's the entire reason I went this way, was for an energy tank. I'll take what I can get. I'm not going to risk my sanity for that energy pickup, or that life pickup, let me tell you, but an energy tank is always worth it. Even if... See, there's another energy tank right there. This game isn't as friendly with the energy tank pickups as it is in Mega Man 3, but, I mean, I still have to go through this little mini gauntlet of enemies before I can get to it, but, like I said, I'll take what I can get. I hit the ceiling, and I fell down the pit! That's cool! Ooh. It's okay. Mega Man 5 is after this, so I'm cool with that. And I'm not going to try to force myself to beat the game if not necessary. That's one of my biggest failings with a lot of these drunk runs. Is because a lot of these drunk runs, I'm trying to beat the game in, like, one sitting. And that's my major downfall with a lot of them. That's what happened with Mega Man 5, that's what happened with Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. I tried to beat all of those in one sitting. while I had a friend here who probably would have benefited more from leaving earlier than he did. But because I think, I know what I'm doing with a lot of these games, but, I don't compensate for my lessened reaction time, and I get overconfident sometimes when I'm drunk. So that's why I was like, yeah, I can beat Mystical Ninja in like 3.5 hours, because I did it that one time, and it ended up taking me 4.5 hours, because I kept fucking up at points. But luckily, since this is like the first drunk playthrough thing that I've done where I'm not doing it all in one sitting. Okay, technically the first one was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and I actually was planning on making that a full series. In fact, I actually recorded a whole second part to that, and then it just I never got around to making it. Or, I recorded it, but I never got around to editing it, I should say. And that's why that never came to be, and that's why the drunk run of Mystic Quest is only going to be, is eternally going to be, one part. Because I decided I'm not going to continue that. But, this, I'm just continuing it. I am going to continue it, because I'm splitting this up into multiple parts. And that's something that I haven't done with drunk runs before, and it gives me a lot more freedom to do what I want to do, but not necessarily be restricted to trying to beat it in one day. I should really stop doing that, because in all honesty, it has not done me anywhere near a world of good. So Skull Barrier, which is the weapon we just got, Skull Barrier is kind of like Leaf Shield, but it doesn't go in any direction when we push a direction on the control pad or anything like that. It basically just rotates around you until something hits it. There's no way to shoot it forward or anything like that. I know that Leaf Shield from Mega Man 2, as we've seen, basically stays around you until you push a direction on the control pad, then it shoots in that direction. And if you've seen my Mega Man 6 playthrough, Mega Man 5, I should say, Star Crash, which is another shield, will shoot forward if you push the fire button. But Skull Barrier is exactly the same as Plant Barrier from Mega Man 6, if you've seen that playthrough. It just basically stays around you until something hits it. And thus, my favorite shield weapons in Mega Man are Star Crash, because you can keep it around you, but you can still shoot it forward whenever you want to. Probably be using Rush Marine a little bit more here. I can do that. This is Dive Man stage, by the way. The other one is Junk Shield from Mega Man 7. But we'll see that later when we actually play Mega Man 7. But that shoots off in a few different directions. That was a waste of Rush Marine, I'm sorry. But usually if I have Rush Marine and I'm in a water stage, I kind of want to use it. Energy Tank? Thanks, Eddie. Eddie's been super cool this playthrough of Mega Man 4. I usually expect him to give me something worthless like Weapon Energy. But he has been overly awesome this playthrough, and I can't thank him enough. Alright, I'm going to use my Rush Marine here. Now the water is bobbing up and down. And they got these Stingray guys. Oh look, I'm in the air. Look at that. And that's something. That's funny. That is funny. Take that, whale. All right. Okay, so here's the checkpoint. Now, before we go forward, I'm going to go down here, because this contains, this little spike-filled drop contains the other item weapon thing. Because we got Balloon before in Fairman stage, now we've got Wire. And Wire is pretty useful. Whereas Balloon is just like a re-sprite, I guess, of item 1 from Mega Man 2. Wire will attach you to, you have to hold up and push the attack button to use it. But what it does is it... yeah, I'm abusing a cheat. What of it? Abusing its glitch. Oh no, that ran out. I guess I can rapid fire this way, like I did before. Basically, if you have to hold up and fire it to use wire. But the wire will attach to the ceiling and pull you up toward it. And that's actually going to be useful in a couple of areas. Now I wish I had more Rush Marine, because this is actually easier with Rush Marine in this area. I'm not even going to bother, because, I mean, this is at the end of the stage anyway. I have 4 energy tanks. I'm going to use it. Fuck it. Dive Man is actually pretty tough, considering that his weakness is a shield that you can't really do anything with. Oh, shit. Okay. I thought I was going to die to those spikes that I slid into from the transition. But I didn't, and I'm actually very grateful that I didn't. Right, so we're in Dive Man's place now. So like I said, his weakness is a shield that you can't exactly shoot forward, which sucks. It does suck a lot. And he shoots homing missiles at you, and also kills you in 2 hits, apparently. But he shoots homing missiles at you, and the homing missiles can cancel out the shield. So it's kind of like, you know, Tomahawk Man and Mega Man 6. Where you have to, you know, time your shields better than I'm doing. And make sure that they hit him and not, like, any, like, torpedoes he shoots at you, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to use this. Use this thing. I'd rather not die. I'd rather just kill him as soon as possible. Look at how much damage he does to you by just running into you. And running into you is one of his main attacks. God damn. He's one of the harder robot masters in the game, mainly because of his weakness. Usually the ones with a shield as a weakness are the hardest, because you gotta get up so close to them. Like, Gravity Man isn't that big of a deal, because you can just shoot this shield at him, and... what's the other one? What's with the jump shield? Freeze Man from Mega Man 7. But, like, even when you can shoot it forward, like, you might be like in Mega Man 2, where Airman is weak to Leaf Shield, but Leaf Shield won't go through his fucking tornadoes, as we've seen. So we got Drill Man. Drill Man's the last guy. We're gonna run into more of those ladybug dudes. But, other than that, not that bad of a stage. Again, funky soundtrack here. Oh, and the ladybugs show up right away and give me a 1-up. That was nice of you. It's still not going to, give you more points in my eyes here. Yeah, these Crusher guys are made a lot easier with the rapid fire, let me tell you. I mean, they can still be a little bit harder, like certain games where you can only hit them in the eyes or whatever. From here on out, any Crusher enemies, you can just hit them anywhere, and they'll take damage. So that makes things a little bit easier. Oh, there's Baton Bonds here. Baton Bonds are little bat ball guys. They're usually annoying. We'll see them again in Mega Man X. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Yeah, I do plan on possibly doing like other Mega Man games drunk that I haven't done. Why did I even try? But I have the Mega Man X collection on the PS2, which is, 1 through 6. And I have played Mega Man X on this drunk before. That was actually my very first drunk run, was Mega Man X. But, there's also Mega Man X 2 through 6, and I don't like 6 that much, but 2 through 5 are pretty good. I've also got the Game Boy games. I could emulate 2 through... or actually emulate them all. I mean, 1 through 5 I have cartridges for, but 2 through 4 I don't. And also for 5, it's just the Japanese version, which is exactly the same as the English version, but with, fucking Japanese text. I could get Mega Man and Bass on the Wii U. That's available for the Wii U, the Game Boy Advance version, yeah, but that's like the only way I can think of to get Mega Man and Bass. I haven't gotten it so far. I'm gonna fuck that one up. I haven't gotten it so far because I don't particularly care for Mega Man and Bass, but you know, whatever. And once I do get the Legacy collections and the X collections on the Switch, I might be inclined to possibly play 9, 10, as well as X7 and X8. I mean, I know X7 is a shitty game, but you know, I remember playing X8 back on the PS, you know, when it was on the PS2, because my friend Travis has it, and it wasn't half bad. Seven's a piece of shit, though. I've seen more than enough of that game to... I mean, I haven't played X7, but I've seen more than enough to know that that's a piece of shit. I mean, I also have I have 0-1, but you can also get 0-2 through 4 on the virtual ones. I'm going to use wire here. I know I can very easily use a, look. L2 will cycle between the rush stuff. R2 will cycle between balloon and wire. I don't know why I don't use that more often. Oh, look, these guys are back. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. It is not what I wanted. Just top off wire. Might as well. Well, now I can't kill him because he's going all over the place. Ain't that just the way it goes? Kill him early, or you can't kill him at all. I hate those kind of enemies. And that's like the exact same problems I have with those ladybug enemies, because if you don't kill them right away, you can't kill them at all. And they move so erratically that you really can't. I'm gonna get this. Okay, so here's the thing with these boulders. If they hit the ground, they'll explode and like the shards will hurt you. And it's not really there's not really a good way of timing it so that they don't hit you. Case in point. But if you shoot at them, they'll be destroyed before they hit the ground. So, what you really the best way to go about doing things like with that is to fire at them before they hit the ground, and 9 times out of 10 you'll hit them and destroy them. So your best bet is to destroy those rather than trying to time something. Because I remember for the longest time I was trying to time getting through them because I didn't think I could destroy them, and then I found I could destroy them. Plus these propeller guys, they suck too. But your main goal here is to hit these switches to make other platforms over these pits show up. Because otherwise you'll fall down the pits and you'll die. And a lot of times when you're trying to kill these little propeller dudes, you'll run into rocks by accident. And you'll scroll them off the screen, and then you'll come back, and they're back on the screen because the game hates you. And then you'll get hit twice by rocks because there's no other way to fucking get around that! The stage really isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. Then again, I'm fairly sure that half of this game isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like an amazing game, but it's good. It's a good game. I like to play it every once in a while. But, it's not one of those games that I always go back to. Because of stupid mechanics like this! And it's like shit like this rock bullshit. This is why I'm not looking forward to some parts of Mega Man 5, like Crystal Man Stage. Crystal Man Stage pulls this shit, except you can't destroy the rocks as they come down. You have to time it, and half the time your timing is going to be off, because they come down from the chutes erratically. We're at Drill Man now. Dive Missile. Forgot to talk about Dive Missile. Dive Missile is a homing missile. That's pretty much all it is. And it is Drillman's weakness. Drillman is going to spend a lot of his time underground, though, so it's basically just kind of slide around, make sure he doesn't hit you when he comes back out, and then just shoot dive missiles at him, and the dive missiles will basically go immediately toward him. So, Drillman is one of the easier bosses, in my opinion. Just don't get hit when he comes back up. He'll shoot drill bombs at you, but that's okay, as long as you can keep hitting him with dive missiles. Fine. I'm probably going to eat my words and die right the fuck there. But that's okay, because I have more than enough dive missiles to kill him on a full bar of health. So I'm really not all that concerned. I just wanted to look and see what the hint was. I haven't looked at a lot of these hints for the Robot Masters. Yeah, okay. That's Kalinka, by the way. Kalinka is Dr. Cossack's daughter, and she's supposed to be captured right about now, so I don't know how she's giving hints to Mega Man. But, like, every single game has a different person giving you hints, so I'm guessing that's what they were going around with. I don't even remember who gives you hints in 5 and 6, because I know Mega Man 1, I think, was Dr. Light. Mega Man 2, I think, was Roll. Mega Man 3, I know, was Proto Man. Well, now I'm fucked. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I am not willing to go through this stage again. So, I'm gonna do what little damage I can with him with the dive missile, and then just use my energy tanks. This should not be this big of a deal. This is what I normally do against him, and it normally kills him fine. I don't know what the big deal is right now, but I'm not going through that stage again. Fuck that shit. His stage sucks. And this is not fun. At least this... Fuck! Let's see if I can beat him with the Mega Buster! Again, this should not be this big of a deal. I should have killed him the first time. What the fuck am I doing differently? I'm not doing anything differently as far as I know. Apparently his drill bombs can deflect every hit. Fuck! God fucking damn it! I'm using my energy tanks. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit anymore. Fuck it. May as well. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. I should have killed him like 3 times by now. To be perfectly honest with you. Like, one of those, like, last 3 attempts I had on this guy should have been the fucking golden ticket, but apparently not. Apparently the game wants me to, senses when I'm being cocky and makes me want to fucking eat my words. And puts me in this fucking unwinnable situation. Because, some of these fucking Robot Masters, they're made to be... This is when we get to a point where there's, like, one Robot Master that's made to be easily killed with their Mega Buster. And then, like, anyone else you fight, you're fucking screwed if you don't have their weakness. Mega Man 4 kind of starts that. And I am willing to admit there are some situations where, you know, there may be multiple, maybe 2 Robot Masters that are easy to kill with the Mega Buster. In Mega Man 6, both Centaur Man or Wind Man are easy enough to kill with the Mega Buster. But for 4, it's Toad Man or bust, and then, like, everything else, you're fucking screwed unless you have 50 health containers. Energy tanks. Now the dog is crying because it's 11:30, so my roommate's about to come home. Because he gets off work at 11 tonight, so it's about 11:30 now, so he should be home. He should be getting home. And that's why, because she knows he's out in his car. About to approach so she's gonna cry for a bit. Alright. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to go to the bathroom again because that's what happens when you drink a lot. But, you know, it's only 11:30, folks. I'm just getting fucking started. I'm not done. I'm not done for today. Not for the foreseeable few hours here. In fact, I had enough Coke left to make a third of a rum and Coke drink here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going, my dudes, dudettes, and dude others. Here we go. Dr. Cossack's Castle. There's only a few stages here. Yeah. Slinkies. He's got Slinkies. But yeah, this is where we started seeing. This is where we start seeing like the first castles in full force here. Like whereas with Mega Man 3 we had the revisited Robot Master stages, followed by Wily's Castle. This is where we start seeing the like Dr. Cossack's Castle and then Dr. Wily's Castle sort of thing. This is where it comes in full force, and it's going to be like this throughout the rest of the NES era. Mega Man 7 would start doing away with that, as that only has Dr. Wily's stages. Of course, they would be back. But yeah, for the rest of the NES stage, we're going to see like a first stage, like a first castle before Dr. Wily, be it Dr. Cossack, Proto Man, or Mr. X was for Mega Man 6. And I mean, some of these can be more of a pain in the ass than others. Dr. Cossack's Castle, from what I remember, is fairly tame compared to like Proto Man's Castle in Mega Man 5 is kind of one dick move after the other, but like Dr. Cossack's stages aren't that bad. Mr. X's stages in Mega Man 6 aren't that bad. Like Mega Man 5 is the one that really ramps up the difficulty in the final stages of the game. I'm okay with getting a game over here because we'll start over again with full lives. Just get some of this drink in me. Oh, that is equal parts rum and Coke. Oh dear. That is more concentrated. Oh my goodness. But that's okay. Like I said, if I end up drinking so much that I puke, so fucking be it, because I'm at home. I don't got any disadvantages of this. Fucking I don't want to say I'm antisocial, but I don't go out. Because fuck it. There's no reason to go out. Because there's nowhere that I know people. Yeah, I could meet people, but I have social anxiety, so I only like being with people I know. And that's my excuse. And I'm sticking to that excuse. Like there's a bar that I went to often, like at least once a week with my brother. But my brother no longer lives here, so I don't go to the bar anymore, because I kind of feel uncomfortable without him being there with me. No, you're probably going to be hearing the dog in the background a lot, because usually when my roommate gets home, he is in his truck for a bit looking at his phone. No, he's coming in now, so she'll stop crying. But yeah, that's my excuse. My goal is to hopefully beat Mega Man 4 tonight. I'm doing fairly well at it, despite setbacks that we've been seeing. But like I said, the night's still young, motherfuckers. I'm still gonna keep on going. I think when I played last week, I was playing up until like 2 a.m. I can play up until 2 a.m. Especially since I'm not that drunk. But I don't think I'll ever be that drunk off Bacardi. I mean, next week that's going to be a different story, but you know, we'll see how long it can last next week. Let me tell you. Alright, I'm going to use Rush Jet to get over here because I'm a little paranoid. I should point out also that Rush Jet isn't in Mega Man 4 isn't as awesome as it is in Mega Man 3. Mega Man 3 is the only game where Rush Jet is really awesome. As you've been able to see in Mega Man 3. Rush Jet... I meant to use Rush Coil there, actually. Rush Jet will go in, like, any direction you tell him to go to. But in this game, it's more of a glorified Item 2, in that he'll only go forward. I don't know why they picked this method to go, but he does the same thing in Mega Man 5, and that's annoying. I just wish that they'd be consistent. Actually, I'll refill Rush Coil, why not? Okay, this part is kind of tricky. Because there's these chomper things. Like when they're... You can't kill these, as far as I know. Yeah, you can't kill them. Fuck. Alright. I think I normally use Rush Jet to get through that anyway, so I'm really overthinking strategy and getting past this part. All I really need to do is use Rush Jet. Now, unlike Item 2, I never really pointed it out with Item 2. But with Item 2, it just went straight forward. With Rush Jet in this game, it's like Item 2 in that it keeps going forward. It doesn't go like in every single direction you want it to, like in Mega Man 3. But you can still influence its up and down motion. So, it's got that going for it, at least, which is nice. Alright. Now, I haven't memorized every single weakness that every single boss has in these two castles, but a general rule of thumb is that most of these things are weak to Ring Boomerang or Dust Crusher. This is weak to Ring Boomerang. And a general rule of thumb is, unless it's like a specific thing that I'm thinking of, like, I know there's one thing that's weak to, Pharaoh Shot, I think. I don't remember. Now that I think about it. But, like, if it's not weak to Ring Boomerang, it's probably weak to Dust Crusher. And I'll remember them as I go along. Like, I knew that thing was weak to Ring Boomerang. But I think this one's weak to Dust Crusher. I think this is like the modular room thing. Also, starting with this game, we'll start only hearing like one song per castle. Like previously with like the Wily stages, we've had like, you know, one song that plays in the first couple areas, and then like the last couple areas it plays a different song. This is the Dr. Cossack level music. We're going to be hearing this until we beat Dr. Cossack. You know, outside of, you know, boss themes and such. We actually absolutely have to have Rush Jet to get through here. And unlike Mega Man 3, it will keep draining your energy if you're not, like, actively on him. But, I remember here is a good place we can use wire to bypass some things. Which is nice. Can we use wire here? We cannot. Shit. Oh, and the buzzsaw thing at the bottom, we can't kill that. It's nice that these aren't instant kill spikes, but they still do a lot of damage to you. I'm gonna keep wire out, because I'm fairly sure that there's a part here that we can bypass with wire. And that's why it's good to have wire. Because I remember not having... Okay, I think it's balloon, actually. We can bypass this with balloon. Yeah, we could totally bypass that with balloon. So it's a good thing to have those. It is a good thing to make sure you go out of your way to get those, because those are good things to have. So the Baton Bomb there. We absolutely have to have wire balloon through here, it looks like. Which is fine. We can do that real quick. Of course this thing would be here. Why wouldn't it? It's only like one of my most hated enemies in this game. Let's make sure that it makes as many appearances as possible. Now the music may sound repetitive with this remix here. But the thing with that is, in the original NES music was a little more drawn out, and it wasn't as repetitive. And that's one of the things that I don't like about this particular, about the remix of it all. Like I mentioned those two particular instances with Mega Man 3. This is another one. I actually think they did a better job with the Dr. Cossack level music with the NES version than the remix. Just gotta time this so I can... Fuck! Get in there. Just fuck this thing. Okay, got it. I need these items. Energy tanks are always good to have, and then, health regen. Also with these walls, Drill Bomb is the thing you need to use. I never really talked about Drill Bomb, because we just got it, and I didn't think to talk about it. But Drill Bomb is basically like Crash Bomber, except it detonates on impact with something, rather than, waiting a couple seconds. And also, you can detonate it prematurely by hitting the fire button again. And that's actually going to be important with one of the Dr. Wily bosses, I think. Oh, come on. Let me go through. Oh, Jesus Christ. There. God damn it! I was hoping to get through that unscathed. Hopes were in vain. But I can get that unscathed. So, damn it. Well, it's okay. I'm fairly sure I'll start off the mid-stage checkpoint anyway. Okay, this is I need Dust Crusher for this. Alright, so this is like a modular thing where you have to, avoid being crushed by it, but when it comes slowly in like this, you gotta make sure you're inside it so you can actually do damage to it. And I'm gonna use that one energy tank we just fucking got, because I'm paranoid as fuck. And we used all of our energy tanks on fucking Drill Man, because the game screwed us over. But otherwise, you gotta, just slide under all these modules. And then just make sure you're inside when it goes slow, like this. And then you gotta just hit the glowy jewel with Dust Crusher. And that's how you win. I will say it is a an interesting creative boss, but we're fucking screwed now because we don't have any more energy tanks. I'm fairly sure we're going to need another one in order to clear this. Because this game hates me. This game hates me, and that's why I don't play it very fucking often. And we're back here. Because fuck you, Rado Goji, that's why. I'm gonna use this to refill Dust Crusher. Because Lord knows we're not getting another fucking energy tank. Luckily, though, if we game over, we start over again in this stage and not the entire thing over. The only reason we would start the entire thing over is if we, you know, quit in the middle of the game. And I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon, let me tell you. I would like to lose as little progress as possible, thank you very much. Mega Man 4, not my favorite. We may have it this time, though, as long as we don't get hit by too many of those laser blasts. Okay. We don't miss all the fucking time, too. That's a major component in whether or not we win. Oh, wow. This is what happens when we get stuck outside the room. You take damage a lot. It's fuck my life. Did I say one of my goals was to beat Mega Man 5 or Mega Man 4 before the night is over? That's probably not going to happen. Because this game is full of bullshit. The wire will do damage to it. May as well do damage to it, because we're not going to beat this level unscathed. Not without an energy tank. At least one energy tank, which I know we can get if it's still there, and it's not, because we already got it. Because, again, fuck me. Oy. We can do this, though. If only eventually we can do this. Rather, I can do this, because, you know, as much as I know you believe in me, I'm the one who's playing the game here. Which is great. And Lord knows if push comes to shove, I can play through the entire game in easy mode just to get back to this point for easy mode. But, I'm not going to. At least, that's not the plan for this time. Like, if I go through and not beat this during this section of the game, then yeah, I might consider it. But right now, I'm not considering it. I think I can do this. Like I said, I've got a couple hours before I would decide to call it a night. As long as I don't get hit too many more times. Well, it wouldn't hit me every time I got up to it. Alright, this is like do or die time at this point. Like if I don't hit it in time at this point, I'm dead, and gotta start the stage over. Got it. And at least if we die again, we can start over again. In fact, depending on how many lives we have left, I might just kill myself on purpose. Just to get through, just to burn through a continue and start off the stage with the proper number of lives. And all of our weapon energy back. That would be nice, too.